So okay, let's say people they've gone through that, they have their 30-year life plan, they
Yep.
found more or less what their Venn is for who they are.
Yep.
Because I agree, I think sometimes especially men, I think we undervalue sometimes who we are as people, and we're looking more for how can we make the most dollars,
Yep.
and then we spend a whole life chasing dollars. And there's a book I loved called "Personality Isn't Permanent." I can't remember who the author was, but his entire thesis was that the goals we chase inevitably becomes the people that we are.
Yep.
And so I've learned that in many different ways, because if you're chasing a specific goal, you always end up collecting people along the way that are chasing similar goals or that want to help you with that goal. It doesn't matter if you're selling drugs. It doesn't matter if you're owning McDonald's or if you're opening teacher training around the U.S. You will go into these little pockets of micro universes, these ecosystems, and you'll meet everyone else in there. And we all know that we become a amalgamation, the sum of the people that we hang out with. And
Yep.
so I think of that concept all the time, all the time. So that's why I think how important it is, how you said, to realize where that special part is of you that you can add to this. And it's normally not going to be something only chasing dollars. It'll really be something that I think is more special. So
Yeah.
I'd love you to take me through now that
hmm
you have this Venn and all these things. How do you design this business that's going to go from zero to 200?
Yeah. So I'll go through the 7 principles of entrepreneurial success. That basically boiled down to my learnings. And what was interesting is I interviewed a lot of other entrepreneurs that had failed and succeeded, and I walked them through these 7 principles. And to a T, I was like, "What's missing? Like, what else would you add here? What's different?" And they seem to really match up against other people's experiences as well. So I'll run through them real quick, Michael, and you tell me if you want to dive into any of them specifically.
Sure.
Principle 1 is protect and grow your equity at all costs. Equity is the most important thing if you're trying to create wealth through this thing called business, and make sure you control your own destiny. So protect your equity. 2, build your own capital. If you don't build your own capital for growth, if you don't build enough capital in your business to reinvest in your business's growth, A, you're never going to grow, but then B, whenever situations arise, you're going to be going to banks to get loans, investors to come in your business, which then violates principle 1 because you're going to sell some equity. So build your own capital for
All right.
growth. Number 3 is reinvest smartly. Way too many times as entrepreneurs, we chase the shiny objects. We have a successful business, and therefore we start doing other things and verticals that actually spend a lot of the cash that you're generating, and it doesn't
Right.
generate more capital. Therefore, you need more loans or bank finance investment than you. So you violate principle 1 and 2 if you don't reinvest smartly in principle 3. Principle 4 is build a culture of entrepreneurs. So bring people onto your team that think entrepreneurially, that want to treat your business like their own. Maybe tie them to the success of the business. Give them an opportunity to create wealth through your business as well, potentially. There's some
Hmm.
vehicles and ways to do that don't violate principle 1, which is protecting your equity. You can,
Right.
give them phantom shares. You can have them participate in the profitability every year of the business as bonuses. There's other ways to do it, but make sure that they are a part of the culture and they are entrepreneurs within your business. Principle 5 is protect the house. Way too many times entrepreneurs build this nice business, but they leave vulnerabilities. An employee leaves, and big thing in the United States is just frivolous lawsuits from employees that leave. Right? If you terminate somebody, there's always some discrimination, some this, some that.
That's
It's a very
crazy.
litigious society, right? Make sure
Yeah.
your vulnerabilities are protected. Your customer risk is protected. That there's stuff going on right now with scams and wire frauds and all these things that are going on. I had a business once, Michael, that ended up wiring $200,000 to Hong Kong in a phishing scam. Right. So the stuff like that is happening. How are you protecting your business and
Yep.
at all costs? Principle 6 is how do you access owners' liquidity? So you're building this business. How do you access some of the liquidity to reward yourself while also keeping cash in the business to reinvest? How are you protecting against taxation? Taxation's big in a lot of areas, right? Canada and US particularly, like a lot of your profits go to taxes. Well, that's money you don't have to reinvest in your business. So how can you
Right.
structure your business in ways that your business can maintain some of its cash flow, but as an owner, you can enjoy the rewards? And then principle 7, which is where a lot of entrepreneurs never get, and it's the most critical spot, is how can you replace yourself in every single role of the business so you can move from CEO to chairperson? So you don't have to operate this business every single day. The business can operate without you and be successful and profitable. So you can go spend your time potentially on other business ventures, social needs, family, real estate investments, other passive. You can do other things with your time as an entrepreneur, as opposed to being the slave to your own business and buying yourself a
Right.
job. So those are the 7 principles of entrepreneurial success. And you have to do them sequentially, because if you don't, if you miss one, it can destroy the other ones below it.